Hi again, everybody. Happy Venus Day. Many of you might know this, but all of the days of the week are actually named after planets. It reminds me back in the early 2000s until about 2011, I taught baby sign language and I did a silly song to help people remember the days of the week. Of course, the people were under the age of 5. And so I'm going to teach it to you to help you realize that each day is associated with a planet. So, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sun Day, and there's Moon Day, there's Mars Day, and there's Mercury Day. There is Jupiter Day, there is Venus Day, and then there's Saturn Day. Days of the week, days of the week. This might be a fun drinking game. So what I wanted to talk about on Venus Day, Friday, one of my favorite days, is that there's such heavy energy going on in the world right now. Even if our personal lives are going along pretty well, there's just a lot of heaviness. I woke up this morning with a lot of sadness related to summer ending and the COVID situation getting worse and all the division in our country. And also we've got 9/11 approaching. And ironically, when I spoke about the two tarot cards I highlighted, one of them was the Tower. And I wanted to share this card. And it depicts a modern day version of the Tower. Tarot decks were starting to be created back in the 1400s. So this is much more updated, obviously, as it depicts one of the Twin Towers as the plane crashed into it. So definitely a heavy energy. And we talked about the tower moments in our collective and individual lives are when something happens out of the blue, we didn't see it coming. It can be catastrophic like 9/11 or like medical diagnosis that kind of puts you on the floor. Or it could be just a little thing that you weren't expecting. Oh, wow, I didn't know that person was going to drop by today. So there's the mini tower moments and the giant ones. But what I will say is that there are things I am doing intentionally to start lifting some of that heavy energy in my own world and the sadness I'm feeling so that I can really rise and meet my life and the circumstances of the world with more of an attitude of this isn't the end of the world. There are things I can do. What is it intentionally that I can invite in to start shifting this energy and still be productive and joyful and live a life of beauty. So that's the thing about Venus. Venus is the planet that invites pleasure, being social, joy, beauty, art. And so Friday is a good day to think about self-care. One of the trends right now is radical self-care. And so today would be a good day to get a massage. There are many ways that we can take care of ourselves, and not all of them are related to pampering. But I wanted to treat you all with a tarot reading as a source of kind of guidance as you step into the last weekend of the summer, not technically, but in terms of Labor Day being celebrated as the ending and Memorial Day being the beginning of our summer, just culturally. I just want you to be able to relate to an energy that might serve you as you move into this weekend, whatever you have planned. So I've brought 3 different decks. I actually own about 30 decks. I've been collecting for about 30 years, and I really partly enjoy the art. As an artist or just a person who appreciates beauty and talent, there are so many different depictions of the tarot energies. So I'm going to be introducing different images to you just to show you the diversity and the beauty of it. So here we've got a deck, and it's called the Guardians of the Night. So that's the first deck that you can choose from. I'm going to have you pick from one of 3 decks, and I'm going to take the top card, and that will be your guidance for the weekend. The second deck is called the Gaian Tarot. It's by a friend and mentor named Joanna Powell Colbert. She's a teacher that I have studied with for years. And the final one is the Inner Child cards. And these have fairy tale themes and relate to the tarot that way, which is kind of fun. And it's by Isha Lerner. So anyway, I'm going to invite you to pick either the Guardian of the Night. These are animal depictions of the tarot. The Gaian Tarot, which is more of a modern day depiction of day-to-day life. And the final is the Inner Child. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the top card from each deck, and you just connect with the one that you chose. And you know, the thing about tarot is it helps us connect more with our intuition. We're such an overthinking society. Everything is efforted through our thoughts and our actions instead of just kind of being in the moment and choosing based on a feeling, whether it comes from our hearts or our guts. And as you know, science has proven there's intelligence there. So it's time we start to balance out and look at the information that our hearts and guts give us on a regular basis that we haven't been listening to. So I do want to say one more thing before I do the reading, and that is that this is a day, Venus Day, to really consider what makes your heart sing and where does your spirit rest during this tumultuous time. So I am hoping that the guidance that you receive from this will help you start pondering that and self-soothing and supporting yourself more during these times. So even if tarot's not your thing, this is just a tool for you to start thinking about how to ramp up your self-care, particularly of your heart and your intuition, that part of you that doesn't always, your internal life, that part of you that doesn't always get connected with. So let's start with the Guardian of the Night animal energies. And what we have here is a pangolin. How fascinating. It's the tarot card of the Four of Cups. Cups represents the element of water and emotion. And 4 is about building stability and security and a feeling of safety in your world. It's ironic that it's pangolin because the pangolins were accused of starting the coronavirus in China in the wet markets. So it's just kind of ironic that this poor, sweet creature that gets trafficked and abused and has this connection with coronavirus, that this has come up. So what this energy is reminding you is to really find time to build safety and security into your daily routines, to kind of step away from the noise of what's going on in the world and do things that bring you joy, because emotions, and like I said, the cups relate to emotions. It's really important that even when times are hard, that we give ourselves pleasure and joy. And what better day to do it starting on Venus Day, Friday. So if you chose the Guardian of the Night, that was your reading. Now I'm going to go with the Gaian Tarot. I have not looked at these prior, so this is a cold reading, as they say. There's a little bit of glare, but hopefully you see that. This is the 6 of Fire, and in a traditional tarot deck, that would be Wands. What do you see there? A lot of passion, a lot of gathering with like-minded and friends that you really enjoy, and doing something fun around a campfire. Wow, perfect for Memorial Day weekend. Maybe you're going to go out camping, or you're going to invite friends over. Maybe you want to do something active, get up and move. Could be dancing, one of my favorites. So that's what I'm inviting those of you who chose the second deck, or the Gaian Tarot. The third is the Inner Child, and this is the one related to fairy tales. And the card is number 5. Number 5 is a Merlin depiction, and this is relating to your higher connection, your higher self, that part of you that is spiritual, that knows things and connects in ways that you don't always understand, but it's important for you to listen to that. Kind of like I talked about your heart and your gut. Really important to drop out of the mind. So this might be recommending that you find a quiet place and try to meditate or journal or just commune with spirit. It might be going out in nature and initiating yourself into this idea that you do have higher wisdom and that that is available to you to channel. So those are my 3 thoughts for those of you who will tune into this, and I thank you. I try to keep these 10 minutes and under. I wish you all a joy-filled weekend and a happy Venus Day. And I'll be back on Monday talking about Moon Day and some ways that the phases of the moon and the energies of the moon can support you right now. So thanks all for joining my group. I understand if you don't like a lot of notifications, if you go up on the group page, go up to the top right and it says joined, and you can click on that and it'll say, I think like manage notifications, and you can make sure that you're not getting dinged every time somebody comments or I post. But if you're interested, that's great. I really appreciate the support, and I hope that we can all continue to support one another. So happy Venus Day. Bye-bye.